Guys, we are here with BattleBox Mission 122, and we're going to open it up, show you guys what all you get in here. If you are interested in signing up for BattleBox, use my code BOOM15 and save off of your monthly subscription. It's a great way to save and get some cool gear. This is Mission 122, and we can call this one the Waterworks. So let's just go ahead and open it up and show you what all is inside. With every one of your BattleBox missions, you're going to get the mission brief that is going to give you all of the information for the various levels, the basic box, all the way up through the advanced and the Pro Plus. And there's something special in here that we're going to look at when we get to that. I'm just going to set this aside and we're just going to dive right in. Another thing that you always get in your BattleBox is a coupon for several of the different kits and things like that which are in here. Several of the components you can get some additional things and save yourself a little bit of money. So we're going to go ahead and get these out of the way. And we've got just more stuff than you could ever possibly imagine. What this does, basically, you could use it to clean your containers. Okay, this is something that you need to make sure of, that your containers of water, you need to make sure that those containers themselves are clean, especially if you're going to have something where it has been against contaminated water. If it's had contaminated water in it, you've got to make sure that it's clean because you don't want to make yourself sick. These are a great way to make that happen out in the field. In here we've got a few water purification tablets, and you can see right here these are a great way to purify your water. You just drop one of these into a container of water, let it set for a bit, shake it up, and that way it'll clean out any of the contaminants that are in there and make sure your drinking water is safe. These are real interesting. These are like a gel that you can get, that are a hydration gel. Basically, if you need something that you need hydration now, that's what these are to do. That's what these do for you. I think they have different flavors of these, but basically if you get into a situation where you're starting to get dehydrated, you got to get a lot of hydration into your body quickly, this is going to do it. And you get a couple of those in this kit. And I'm going to also put some of these things down in the corner to where you can actually pick up some of these individual components. If you don't need the full kit or whatever, you can go get individual components because they're, again, a great way for your camping supplies, camping gear, and things like that. We're going to set this over to the side for a bit because there's some other stuff that I want to get into. This is your max shower. Let's just go ahead and get this opened up. Get this out and show you guys what this is. Okay, it comes in this nice little case. And you have in here, you've got a pump, all kinds of stuff that comes in this. And let's just go ahead and pick up the mission brief. And this is why these things are so handy. So I'm just going to flip it over to where it talks a little bit about this. And you can see it right here, the max shower. And basically you're going to get everything where you could literally have an outdoor shower set up. And, you know, if you're out camping or something like that. And that's one of the things a lot of folks don't think about when they go camping is cleanliness. And unfortunately, that's the reality, guys. And personally, I've literally taken baths using pond water, just boil it and clean up, you know, and we'll just do whatever you need to do to get clean. You know, you don't want to be out there in the woods stinking. You don't want to come back stinking. And something like this, you know, you have an option to where you could literally set you up a shower out in the wilderness. I think that's a very useful tool, very handy camping item. And again, guys, all kinds of great gear in here. What do we have here? The res tube. This again is something that can save a life. If you are in a situation, you can keep this on your body if you're out swimming. These little CO2 packets that you have here. And there's a couple of them in the box actually, so you can see it right there. Basically what this does, you keep this on your body when you're out swimming, and if the need arises, you can pull that rip cord, and what it's going to do is inflate instantly, and it's going to give you a flotation device. This is a great way to keep yourself safe. This is a great way that you could actually save someone's life in the event that they are drowning. You know, if somebody is out in the water or something like that, one thing you do not want to do is swim out to them, because you're going to get swamped yourself. They're going to panic, and they're going to pull you under, and then you've got 2 victims of the water. You know, I mean, ask anybody that's been through any kind of lifeguard training, any kind of swimming rescue training, and they'll tell you flat out that the last thing that you want to do is to get within arm's reach of someone that is drowning, because they will pull you under with them, especially if you don't have any kind of a flotation device yourself. Something like this is a great way that you can save your life, and maybe even your own. You get out there swimming thinking that you can do more than what you can, and this is, you know, if you've got this on you, if you get out there, you get into trouble, it can help you. And again, it can help someone else too. So another great item that you do get in this kit. And we're just going to keep digging. This is, of course, a USB charger that come with the kit, I believe, with the shower kit. Somehow that fell out, and I'll have to make sure that I put that back in the pack. We have the water tester. This is a way that you can test your water to see if it is safe to drink. If you go out to the wilderness, you can even do it for your home water. You know, this is something that if you needed to know if the water in your house even, I mean, there again, guys, you never know what could happen in a situation. Where I live at in Kentucky, we have had a lot of flooding recently, and there are a lot of reservoirs, a lot of water sources that are well above their banks. And there again, we have water treatment plants and things like that. There are been boil water advisories and so on. Something like this, you could take that, you could test your water, even in your own house, to make sure that it is safe to drink before you do so. Because again, you do not want to get sick. You do not want to make yourself sick. What do we have here? We're going to open this up. This is basically a hydration bladder. And this, you do get a coupon code where you can get some additional stuff with this. I think it's like a life straw. And basically you can filter the water through the life straw if you're in a bad situation. I think you get an additional hose even with that. But basically what this does, you can store your water in this. And it's basically a water bladder. Now, one of the features about this one that is different than some of them is you can actually open this up, turn it inside out, and clean it on the inside. Okay, that is one thing that a lot of people don't think about hydration packs, is once you get any kind of contaminants in them, you have got to get that cleaned out. And this is going to make it real easy to do, because again, you can just flip it inside out. You do get your tube that you can drink from right here. You get a couple of extra seals, little O-rings that come with the bag, and I think that is a real good handy thing to have. In fact, I've got a pack that this is going to go in, and I think that's where it's just going to live. And that way, in any kind of camping situation, hiking situation, you can take some water with you. You don't want to get out and get thirsty and get dehydrated. And you do get all kinds of little things. This basically is the book that's going to talk about the flotation device. It's going to tell you how to use it. It's real easy to use, guys. And again, just take a few minutes. And again, it can save your life. Now, one thing that I really look forward to is this. If you are familiar with BattleBox, you are going to know that you get a lot of knives. I mean, if you are into BattleBox, that is just one of those things that is to be expected, is knives. And I'm going to go ahead and get this opened up. Okay, just comes well packaged. And here we go. This is a knife from Vox Knives, and it is one that has a little bit of a feature that's kind of a throwback to, I remember when I was a kid, those old Lockback knives, and that's how this one operates. Okay, a little bit stiff, opening it up for the first time. Look at that blade, that drop point blade. I do like you have that drop point blade. You got a little bit of belly in that. There is a nice little sheen to this knife, and again, it has that lockback to where more like a lot of your older traditional pocket knives, you don't have a thumb stud. You got this opening here, and I'm sure it'll loosen up over time. It is a little bit stiff right now, but that's no big deal. The clip is, I believe it may be reversible. Yeah, I do believe that clip is reversible. It is a tip up carry. You cannot change it to tip down, but it is one that I think is going in my pocket. I like carrying different knives. I have different knives that I'll carry at different times just for whatever reason. You know, that's just one of those things. It does feel good in the hands. I believe those are G10 grips, and it does feel good. I think the way that it feels is real good. Now, my hands, I know that this opening, for some people, you can get in there for doing some fine work. And I can as well, but it's almost a little bit small for my big sausage fingers. You know, I can get in there if I hold it back. I can feel a little bit of pressure right there. So I'm holding them back like this, or even like this at the most, you know, keeping my finger away from that when I do any kind of little detail work, whittling or whatever. But this is a very nice knife, and I will certainly be carrying this knife. That's one thing about BattleBox is if you like knives, they got a ton of them. You know, I'll have to say they got a ton of different knives. Very good knives. They're not cheap knives. They're always high quality knives. And if you're into knives, I mean, you need to go check them out. And I'll actually link some down below in this video and some over on the product merch shelf that you see down there. And go over and check out some of their knives. But again, guys, if you're interested in signing up for the subscription service, use my code BOOM15, save yourself 15% off. It is a great way to get some very cool gear, and like what you see here. And one of the things that I'm doing is I'm actually going to be building out basically a go bag using nothing but BattleBox stuff. You know, I've got quite a bit of stuff from BattleBox over the time that I've been with them, and they have sent out some great gear. And I'm gonna have to say, I want to build a go bag with as much as possible using their stuff and actually put it to the test. Anyways, guys, check out the links down below. Thanks for watching. Visit my website at boomsticktacticalgear.com, and we'll see you next time.